It's in the millions. It's way in the millions. All right, it's time to start. Jonathan, you can play in the fire. Pray first, whichever you want to do.
Lord, we thank you for each and every night you give us. We're so far from deserving grace and favor that you've stolen us each and every day. And we pray that we always seek the guidance and lead us in everything that we do. We pray that you watch over this country, family, and friends, and everything that we can't even think of that you know what's best for us.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Drew Barker,
Yes, sir.
signed up, you got 2 minutes.
2 minutes now.
2 minutes.
I'll make this quick. I want to talk about zoning, because I don't really know or understand what's been going on with that. I heard it was voted out. I don't know if it was or wasn't. I know there's Tennessee code and whatnot. But zoning is important, and zoning should exist. And I'm not saying to tell someone they can or can't build a garage. But when you start talking about, name your poison, these big solar farms that are popping up, or a factory, or something that's gonna affect somebody's enjoyment of the property they already own, when you start messing with somebody's use and enjoyment of their home, there's gonna be problems. And I'm not sure what's gonna be going on with the zoning tonight. I'm not sure what happened in the past. But I just wanna let you guys know, there are a lot of unintended consequences if you start messing with people's zoning. People start to pay attention. And I can promise you, if you start messing with my use and enjoyment of my home, there's gonna be issues. And I don't care how much you talk about me on Facebook. I don't even care if you dox me. That's happened before here in town. So just keep that in mind with whatever it is you guys have going on with zoning. And make sure you do it correct. Make sure you know what Tennessee codes you have to abide by. Make sure you know what processes are out there, because more than likely, if you start messing with people's property, you're gonna end up in court with some type of litigation. So I just wanna toss that out there to make sure you guys understand what you're doing. Some of you have had your property taken by the city in the past. Remember what that felt like? Well, zoning, you're doing a similar thing if you create a situation where you can ruin somebody's enjoyment of their home. I've lived through it, and it's important for you guys to pay attention and to do what's best for both businesses, property owners, and people that want to do things that are outside of the scope of what would be considered normal. So just keep that in mind. That's my 2 cents, and I can't wait to hear about what the zoning's about.
Okay, thank you. The reason we're here is when we voted unanimously to do away with the planning board, I made a mistake and didn't add the zoning in the map. The map don't mean nothing, just the zoning. Planning board's dead. All 5 aldermen voted to do away with it, and all 5 aldermen the next meeting voted to approve the minutes that said the planning board was to be done away with, unanimously, all members. I got that in the minutes. So, with that being said, what I'm gonna do tonight to make it fair, being that I left out the zoning, I'm gonna throw the planning board back up there. If you vote opposite of what you done last time, I'll just have to check with the attorneys and see what's legal. But we need a vote to rescind the municipal planning board 2012-03 if you wanna do away with it.
So is this just the planning board?
This
or
is just the planning
and
board,
zoning?
this is the planning board.
What about the zoning?
That's next.
Can you have zoning without a planning board?
No. I don't think you could. I mean, that's what they were telling me in Knoxville. One goes in hand with the other, you know.
You can't have one.
But we can't have a discussion unless somebody makes the motion.
Makes the motion to do away with the planning board?
Or keep it. Or bring it back.
I'll make a motion to table it. Till the next meeting. Give us time to find out what's proper and what's not proper.
I second the motion.
All those in favor? And
So we're voting to
table it.
table it
Yeah,
until
table.
the next meeting.
Yeah, and that'll take 2/3 majority to get it back off the table, so if two or three wanna vote not to take it off the table, the planning board's gone. So as of right now, it's gone. As, it's in effect as of the day y'all voted unanimously, everybody on the board voted to do away with it, and then the next meeting, everybody on the board voted to do away with it. 2 votes unanimous from every alderman.
I was reminded by at least 3 different individuals today that they wanted the zoning and the planning done away with, and that's one of the reasons why they voted us in. And
That's
that,
right.
and that they were gonna be very upset if
Gonna be more than
we
upset.
went against doing away with the planning and the zoning.
It was next to doing away with the property tax.
I can't in good conscience go against what,
You wanna do away with it, in other words, you're voting no. He's voting to keep it, or table it. Do you wanna vote yes, table it, or no, table it? If you vote no, table it, then we can go back to the original vote and vote yes or no on it.
I don't see anything, so I'm gonna vote no.
Okay. Jonathan?
I wanna table it till the next meeting, so that's.
Chris?
No.
Ricky?
Yes.
Corey?
Yes.
I'll vote no, it's tied. So, it favors. Now, let's go back to the original vote. Anybody wanna vote to make, as Ricky, no, you didn't vote to make the you made the motion to table,
Table.
not to, okay. Anybody wanna make the motion, we do away with it again?
I'll make the motion that we do away with the planning.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, any discussion?
I have a question.
Sure.
Where is our legal counsel that we have?
Well,
That
y'all
can,
already
that
did.
can answer questions for us in the meeting.
They done answered them to me.
Well.
Ricky, don't start trouble now. We're
I'm
going
not,
now.
but they need to be at the meeting.
Don't start trouble, I'll put you outside right now.
Can we not,
It's up to
are we
you.
not allowed to ask a question that may disagree with you?
No, you're sitting here, I told you, it's right here on the
So now
agenda,
you're
we're not
telling-
gonna discuss
now
anything
you're
but what's
telling me
on
what
the
I'm doing.
agenda. Y'all
That's
are
what I'm
troublemakers.
discussing.
We're
Y'all are
trying to dis-
troublemakers, you go around with your video cameras and then you run up there to the X and go talk to him on everything. You're anti-everything, you vote against everything, I've got a list this long.
So we're no
Ricky,
more
of what
anti
you've
you
done
than
in
you are
6 months.
anti anybody else, right?
I'm
Alright, the
asking.
meeting comes to order, anybody want,
So
did you
what
make
about
the
you,
mo-
you're allowed to act however? That's what we're asking, David, how is it you're allowed to act however and we can't ask questions?
I run this meeting, not you, Corey.
I'm
You're
not-
out trying to cause trouble every day.
And how am I trying to cause trouble, David? Call the
Call
sheriff, department,
911.
please.
Calling emergency services.
You're not gonna interrupt this meeting.
We're not trying to.
You're
interrupt
trying
you.
to ask a question. You gotta read the agenda. It's
Did you
nothing
not-
else discussed.
You just asked if we could discuss it, David.
You're
You
not
just-
allowed to, Corey. Read your agenda.
So you're discussing it yourself when we're sitting here, you just allow Brandon to discuss it?
Y'all are discussing legal attorneys. We ain't talking about legal attorneys. We're talking about motion.
I want this done legal.
Well, I'm sorry, it's gonna be done tonight. If you don't like it, we'll go to court.
That's the attitude everybody gets.
Won't
They
be
said
the
it
first
wouldn't
time
be.
you've been there.
One at a time.
It's crazy.
Hey, 911, bring me a deputy outside the city of Saltillo City Hall, please. Got a couple of aldermen trying to act up, and I may have to
It's
put them
on
outside.
video, you can see what, like I said, he's not your personal bodyguard, that's what you fail to understand.
Do what?
The sheriff department and the sheriff is not
Hey,
your
brother.
personal bodyguard. You're not a dictator.
Corey, you're interrupting the meeting.
Hey, I'm just
Zip
trying
it.
to, I'm trying to answer questions.
Zip it, Corey. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
All right, you made the motion to do away with it, and you seconded it. All those in favor of doing away with it, Brandon?
Of doing away with the planning board.
Right.
I voted the last time to do away with the planning board. I was told by several individuals today that they wanted the planning board done away with, so I, in good conscience, have to stick with my original vote.
John?
Well, I'm gonna comment on this too. I'm the same way about, the only reason I voted for this out was because of people having to pay for building permits and whatnot. And I want to make sure that you can have one and not the other. So I'm gonna put no vote on this.
You're gonna abstain?
Yes.
Okay. Chris?
I vote yes or do away with it.
Ricky?
No, because.
Corey?
Because the zoning
Corey?
is tied in with.
Yes or no? Corey?
No.
I vote yes, it passes. It's done away with. I know what you're trying to do, you're worried about this cell phone tower, the only man in this room needs to be worried about the cell phone tower, that man right there that's close to it, which I'm closer than he is. Everybody else is just pure hate and jealousy. Y'all were all about doing away with planning and zoning until the cell phone tower come up. It's just pure hate, that's all it is, pure jealousy. It's hate and jealousy. I know who's doing all the calling to the paper. I know who's calling who in Nashville. I know who's trying to cause the trouble, cause they tell me who's calling. So, that's the end of that. Be careful though, these things do come back to bite you
Has to do
sometimes.
with
Now you're,
zoning.
now you're threatening
Okay, now,
someone.
we're.
Thank you for
we're,
threatening me publicly on camera.
The next thing we gotta deal with zoning. We did not, I did not put zoning in the planning last time. And, if you wanna do away with the zoning, it's ordinance 2015-03, 2016-01, 2016-03, 2018-02, 2021-02, 2023-04, 2023-06. Anybody wanna make a motion, we do away with that?
Does it do any good to keep zoning if we don't have a planning board?
I don't see we would. I don't know that it matters, I mean, people didn't want it. They're just trying to tell you what you can do with your own property, you work for all your life and pay for it. I worked federal government 25 years, and I ain't not a builder, man, I think it's nothing more than communism, and the way it was before, it was just like the buildings down here in town. Shake your head, Ricky, but keep quiet.
I'll say what I
Keep
want.
quiet.
I'll say what I want.
Not in this meeting you
He's
want,
the
sir.
only,
Not
he's the
this
only one
meeting.
that can discuss.
Downtown, the
No one else
people that live in downtown upstairs will be put out of their residence if you vote the zoning in it, because they are zoned.
can. No, they will not. There's R1s, R2s, and R3s. They're all residential owned, and you don't know what you're talking about right now.
Corey,
There's three different
Corey, you're
zones.
leaving just as soon as the cop gets
Well,
here.
if he wants to leave me out, that's
Oh,
fine.
he will.
Well,
Don't worry.
he's not your personal bodyguard,
Any-
David.
Well, you gonna see who runs
Well-
this meeting and who's in
well,
charge.
you can say
Just
who
like
that-
when Trump was making his little speech, you see the guy
You're-
get thrown out of Congress,
you're
you
nowhere-
finna
You're,
get thrown out of all.
you're nowhere near Trump.
You just go around with your little camera
I'll
taking
do-
pictures of everybody.
Yeah, I'll do what I want
Because
to.
you're against
I'm
everybody.
grown.
You vote no
I am
on
grown.
everything. You and Ricky are anti-everything.
And you're so
You're not
sideways
for
right
nothing.
now because somebody has
You're
disagreed
not
with you.
You're not for nothing.
You're so
You're not for
sideways
nothing.
because somebody has disagreed
All
with
right,
you.
we're getting back to the
That's your problem.
Right, no. You the one got, I worked all
Don't
my
have a
life for my
problem.
living, I own property in Saltillo, you don't even own property in Saltillo.
I'm a resident
How
of
many years you
Saltillo.
worked?
Are you, is anybody laughing? See,
Yeah,
you're a
me,
clown, you're a
me,
clown, you're a
Cause
clown,
you the one trying to
you're
cause
a
all the trouble,
clown,
you and Ricky.
you're a clown.
People come tell me
Just
all
as
the
Brandon
time,
says
and I
people
see
talk
part
to him
of it.
about voting in,
Nah.
people come to me and Ricky and don't want it, but y'all don't wanna hear that part.
Yeah, I know who comes to y'all talking, it's all the outsiders that got beat.
I go around and ask.
I know who you go
I'm
around.
proud
with.
to be
You
an
lost your local
outsider.
friends, they don't want no part of it. You know that, now you gotta deal with the outsiders because your locals are gone.
Okay.
You know that.
Here we go.
Without a
Charlie
fact.
Stir Gray.
Just like all the people that's done you thousands of dollars worth of favors and you turned your back on them, stabbed them in the back. Those times come back, Ricky. You don't do people like that.
Okay. You do what's
Without
right for
fact.
the majority of the people in the town.
You see. People sick and tired of what's been going on and y'all trying to keep it going. We're changing it, whether y'all like it or not. We're gonna change it back to everything like it was. We've saved more money in 6 months, made more progress in 6 months than the history of Saltillo.
More
Ever.
progress.
Yes. It's definitely progress when you do away with planning and zoning and things like that. We've done away with the roads that didn't even have people living on them. Over $750,000 worth of savings we've done.
We've
And they
done
didn't
very
have
little
the
that
money
we
that we were
spend on
gonna
it.
They was gonna bankrupt the city. If you ain't got people with business minded, they really don't need to be on the board if they can't handle money and handle the problems.
Okay.
That's just how I feel.
I wouldn't
It ought to
really
be-
know about it.
It ought to be mandatory, you own property in Saltillo to be on the board, and you ought to have a little management business,
But it's not that way, is it?
Huh?
It's not that way, is it? Says you have to be a
No, but it can
resident,
be
doesn't say
changed,
you have to
it
own
can be
property.
changed, cause we're fixing to redo the city's charter in November.
To your benefit, I'm sure.
So in November, the charter will be changed.
It can be changed, but I'm still gonna run out my 4-year term.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you'll be grandfathered in. Alright. Where'd we get at? They wanna just.
Zoning ordinance.
Did you make a motion?
I
to do-
have not.
Anybody wanna make a motion to do away with zoning?
Can zoning be discussed without a motion?
No, but it can be, you can vote against your own motion.
Well,
While y'all were thinking about it, I've got a question. if you don't mind
Randy,
asking.
nobody's talking, that you
Well,
talk, you get
nobody's
2
talking.
minutes before the meeting.
Well,
You
yes,
wanna go
ma'am.
out too with them? I'm not
Yeah.
putting up with this crap. We put up with y'all's crap for years and it's over
Oh,
with.
yeah,
It's over with.
oh,
I
but
guarantee you it's
how
over
can you
with.
have zoning or not have zoning,
We
if
don't
I
want,
wanted to put a hog
the
barn?
people that elected us by a big majority, Randy, by a big majority, they didn't want taxes that y'all put on them and they didn't want zoning. And that's
Well,
plain
you
and
done
simple.
away with the taxes yet?
Hell, yes, we sure have, we done that in December. It's gone, first thing we done. We took all this mess out of city limits that didn't even have people living on it, was over $200,000 worth of roads that had gravel roads on them. It's gone too. That was so wrong.
I understand. Some people are for zoning, some people are
Right.
against. I understand.
Especially if you
I
used to
understand.
live in the city or something like that.
And I'm not gonna say that all zoning is bad,
Right.
and I'm not gonna say that doing away with it is bad. There's a lot of people that don't want to be told what they can and can't do with their own property.
Especially when they're only picking on certain people.
I understand that.
You know that, without a doubt.
And I understand what, Randy's saying about, you not wanting your neighbor to put a hog barn next to you and things like that. I've got a question. In the past, were there not rules or laws on the books in the city of Saltillo saying you couldn't have a hog lot in town or various things?
The old charter,
Before we had.
it give you the right, to restrict them, the charter did. In other words, it give you the right to control animals, you know, if you didn't want hogs and horses and pigs,
certain things.
yeah, sheep and
in
goats
town.
and stuff, yeah. It'd be that, but
If-
I don't know, we've changed the charter several years ago, I was on there when we changed it, but I don't know where it's in this last one we put on there or not, but the old one did show where you had the right to do that.
Well, here's my question.
And you can always, if you
If
vote it
we
out,
did
you
a-
can always vote it in.
If we did away with zoning,
Yes.
we've already voted apparently to do away with the planning board.
Right.
Can rules and regulations be set in place in the city to prevent certain situations from happening without having zoning? For
Probably not,
instance,
probably no.
the hog lot in town.
Right beside your house, where you
It's all that's changed the planning and zoning.
Could this not be kept and it just be weeded through on the zoning law?
Could we not do what now?
Could we not keep them possibly, and then just weed through them on what's reasonable and what's not?
No, we do this, I'll be over it, and everybody gets treated the same, and if there ain't gonna be no common ground, if they got an old car out there, grass is this high, or they got a shed leaning over, or the house is falling down, it's all gonna fall, it's all gonna take place, or nobody's gonna be treated, no different. They're gonna either tear them all down and fix them, or they ain't gonna bother none of it. Cause this day of showing special favors to certain people is over with. And it's been going on. I mean, you don't have to do anything and your zoning will still be there. I don't know how effective it'll be with that. And let me tell you about your zoning map. All we gotta do with a stroke of a pen is change it. It's that simple. You can change commercial to residential, or you can do it with a stroke of a pen, that's all it takes. It's not, that zoning map back there is not set in stone. You can change it with ink pen. All it does is classify property. It has no teeth whatsoever as far as, the planning board is the one that had the teeth. You know, and it's gone. But like say now, if you wanna keep the zoning map, we can. Somebody comes in, they got a field of woods out here and they wanna change it, clear it up for the house, we can change it from farmland or woodland to residential.
And that's
I
what
mean,
I'm
just
talking
that easy, that's how easy it is to change.
What I'm talking about with these is,
But it's not gonna regulate anything. There's no, you don't have anyone there to regulate keeping the yards up and keeping the falling down houses up and the sheds leaning over. That's not gonna come through zoning, it's gonna come through the planning and zoning together. But I mean, it's y'all do what you want to. It's not gonna affect me, cause I know some of them want to do this to do away with cell phone tower. All I gotta do, I done made plenty of phone calls. All I gotta do is back the cell phone tower up 200 feet and I'm legal. I'll have to back up and get a permit. They can't stop me from getting a permit. I meet all guidelines. I was the only one that met the guidelines before, and they lowered the tower 150 foot for the preacher and they wouldn't even look at my place, and they was legal. I can set a 300-foot tower out in the middle of my field and then follow him where he wants to, and he won't touch nothing. Nobody else had that. So it's not gonna affect my cell tower, if that's what you're trying to do, and I know it is, cause I done been told that by two different people. When the person called that was raising so much cane about it. It's just spite and hate and jealousy. It's the cell tower, it ain't the game. And that's how it is.
Well, we've sat here for 10 minutes and we've discussed stuff that we weren't gonna discuss unless we had a motion on the table. There's no
Ain't
motion on
nobody
the
made a
table.
motion. I'm sitting here waiting on one.
doesn't seem to be being made.
Well, I don't like making decisions when things are heated and people are arguing back and forth, and it's hard to think and make
Actually, when it's
decisions.
personal, it's all a personal vendetta against me, it ain't got nothing to do with the city. That man right over there and that lady right there is the only ones that should be in here and say a word about the cell phone tower. They're the only ones.
Didn't want to hear what they had to say last time.
And it's not even city business, but I know for a fact, I got witnesses telling me the people that called different places about this, said they're not worried, they ain't concerned about the planning and the zoning, they're trying to stop the cell tower. But I guarantee you, if it's on their property, they'd be wanting, I'm wanting it because it's a service to the community. I only get $700 a month when they build it, not now. It's a service to the community. This is what people wanted. This was within the top 5, when you talk about taxes, zoning and planning, people wanted cell phone tower. Until this little hate bunch found out how we're gonna get it, then it all turned into a pot of shit. Pardon my French, it's just hate and spite. But it ain't gonna stop us, we're gonna keep going just like we was, we're gonna keep progressing. And they can cry and moan all they want to, cause we've done about everything we said we was gonna do, plus we got other stuff coming. And we're doing away with all this silly stuff that the city slickers brought down here and tried to put on top of us. That we didn't want, and our people don't want it, and they still don't want it. Guarantee you at least 75% of the people are against zoning and planning. You know that, Brandon, you see them all the time.
I mean, I of all people, I don't want the utility to lose our cell tower. I
Right.
mean, that's a concern of mine.
Right.
I mean, we rely on that revenue.
I think it figured about $2 and something a month, yeah.
I don't take it personally.
No.
I don't know that if they build one over there, that the utility will lose its cell tower.
They
I don't
haven't-
know that.
they haven't
I mean,
contacted.
It's a possibility,
They haven't even contacted,
but
they've only
if they're
contacted.
gonna build another tower, it's gonna happen.
It's coming.
It might not, even if
They
it's,
wanted it here because it's in the city, right in the
if it's
city.
moved 200 feet, I mean,
It ain't,
that ain't gonna make any
it ain't
difference.
gonna make a bit of difference, and they sit here and try to look up something to cause trouble next month, that's all they do. It's just something to cause conflict and trouble, and go around snapping pictures and talking to coffee shop about things.
The only thing I go back to
Still
is,
degrading.
people are telling me they're gonna be upset with me if I don't vote to do away with this zoning and planning, because that's what they wanted.
That's exactly right. That's what they're telling me too. First thing they wanted, get rid of the stupid property tax they put on us. We got rid of that. And, next thing they wanna do was planning and zoning and do away with that. And we got a very large vote, a very large majority of the people that want this, and they're still there. 99% of them are still there, and this is how they feel.
Brandon, if these people are all dead set on they want the zoning to go away, how happy are they gonna be when somebody builds a shotgun house beside them?
It's been going on since this town was formed.
Well, that's a good question, Rick.
And if you don't have zoning ordinances and you don't have rules in place, you can't stop.
And another question to Brandon is, you have a house next to you that's for sale, right?
This meeting is, if you'll read your paper, Corey, this meeting is addressed to the mayor. And when the county gets here, you're leaving, I'll promise you.
Well, I hope,
As soon as it
I'm
gets here.
ready for you to stop threatening me,
Yeah.
David.
Anybody wanna make a motion any kind? You wanna,
I'm gonna make a motion that we
House next
table
to your house.
the zoning,
you don't have to table it, if you wanna just not do nothing, you can just bring it up again next time.
we'll just,
Just no, if there's no motion, then you don't have to do anything. Nobody's made a motion.
and it can be brought up at the next meeting for
Absolutely,
further
absolutely,
discussion.
absolutely.
Let's do
And
that.
that way you won't have to look for so many votes to get it out of being laid on the table. Cause it takes 2/3 majority to get it brought off the table to lay it on the table.
I just won't make a motion.
Okay. All right, anybody wanna make a motion, we adjourn?
I'll make the motion.
There's a second.
No.
Did we talk about item 2?
Let me get my glasses.
Never mind. We're
Let me get my glasses. y'all can wait until the next meeting, if you wanna look over this bid package, Southwest Development drawed it up, it's gonna make your park grant, gonna prolong it about 2 or 3 weeks about getting the playground equipment, but if you wanna wait till the next regular meeting, we can do that. They need this approved before they can go any further, it's up to y'all.
I mean, what would we change in the bid package, the surface
Probably
material
it's way
or
above it.
something like that?
Probably is way above all of us, and they got lawyers to, whatever you wanna do.
Is the surface material even addressed in here?
It says chips.
Okay.
Or-
I was looking for it, I
or-
couldn't find it. Of course, I just got it.
Wood chips is the way I understood it.
Do we need to table or just not vote on it to bring it up?
I wouldn't vote on it at all, if you'll bring it back up.
Well, I would rather read it and bring it, have it for the next
That's
meeting.
fine.
Ricky, it's, surfacing engineered wood fiber,
What
They
page?
won't let you use
What
pig
page
gravel.
you on?
page 11 of 14.
They won't let you use pig gravel no more.
It says engineered wood fiber and 1 layer of filter cloth underneath that. And, timbers for the borders.
If you ain't gonna make a motion, let's just read it between now and next meeting, which will be about a couple of weeks.
Motion to
Well,
adjourn.
if we wanted to change something, what would be, I mean, there probably isn't any change in it. The engineers have approved all this
They've done
stuff.
these things about thousands for years. But if there
If
is
they-
something
if-
you wanna change,
Well,
we'll see if they can do that.
I'm assuming if,
We have nothing to do.
I'm
with it.
assuming, say, the, rubber material was probably a lot more expensive than the wood fiber, and they probably didn't have the money.
There's certain fibers now that, OSHA won't let you use. They actually take a dummy, a crash test, throw it off that playground equipment, and it's gotta meet specs before that even passes. And if and they won't let you use pig gravel, that's history, you know.
I don't wanna throw a kink in it, but
Yeah.
I stopped over at the park at, Linden the other day, and they had ground up rubber.
Yeah.
And I know that stuff's gonna last forever. The wood fiber, you probably have to add to it every year or two, I would think, but I don't know what the cost difference is. I don't know.
All right, anybody wanna make the motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor, aye?